When it comes to The Voice, the knockout rounds are always a crucial point in the competition. This is because the stakes are high, and the emotions will be even higher than they already were. In the 13th episode of the 26th season of The Voice, which was titled The Knockouts Part 2, viewers were given the opportunity to witness yet another round of intense competition, unexpected twists, and touching moments. At the conclusion of the episode, which featured Reba, Gwen Stefani, Snoop Dogg, and Michael Bublé coaching their respective talented teams, there was a dramatic turn of events that no one seemed to have anticipated. Reba made a bold move and secured a steal that would change the course of her team's journey in the competition. This was despite the fact that she had failed to steal contestants on her first 2 attempts. As the knockouts continue, the intensity grows. There is a significant stage in The Voice known as the knockout rounds. During this stage, artists from the same team are paired up to compete against one another in singing. Due to the fact that each coach is only able to select one artist to advance to the subsequent round, it is necessary to make difficult choices within the competition. There is also the possibility of using a steal, which gives coaches the opportunity to rescue a contestant who has been eliminated from another team and bring them into their own fold. Since the beginning of the competition, this twist has always added an additional layer of strategy, and Season 26 was not an exception to this rule. An electric atmosphere pervaded the room as the contestants competed against one another in their individual performances. Each and every note, each and every emotion, and each and every breath that the artists took could be the deciding factor in whether or not they would advance to the live rounds or be eliminated from the competition. The coaches were under an equal amount of pressure as everyone else. Because each of them had carefully selected their artists for a specific reason, it was now time for them to narrow down their teams while simultaneously keeping an eye on the talent that was on other teams, just in case they were able to make a steal. Her decision-making process was especially challenging for Reba, who is a well-known and respected figure in the country music industry. Due to the fact that Reba had previously served as a coach on the show during earlier seasons, she had garnered a favorable reputation for her insightful and compassionate approach to mentoring. Her innate desire was to cultivate untapped talent and make certain that her contestants experienced a sense of support and empowerment. Nevertheless, she would be put to the test by this particular episode. There was a wide range of talent on display in the performances. There were a lot of impressive performances throughout the night, and each coach's team brought something different to the stage. Reba's team featured a diverse assortment of singers from the country, pop, and soul genres, and the knockouts demonstrated their versatility in front of the coaches so that they could be considered for the role. Joshua, a country singer with a smooth and heartfelt voice, and Olivia, a fiery young artist with an indie pop style, were one of the most exciting pairings in Reba's team. Josh was a country singer, and Olivia was a young artist with an indie pop style. Fans had a strong preference for both of them, and the competition between them was nothing short of electrifying. The first person to take the stage was Josh, who performed a heartfelt rendition of a traditional country ballad that was both powerful and tender in equal measure. After that, Olivia gave a performance of a contemporary pop hit that was raw and full of energy. Her performance, which demonstrated her vocal control and ability to connect with the audience, was well received. After both of the competitors had finished, Reba was forced to make a decision that was extremely difficult. Both of them boasted strengths that could not be refuted. The genuineness of Josh and his profound connection to country music made him a formidable opponent, whereas Olivia's distinctive voice and youthful energy made her stand out in the pop genre. Both of these qualities made Josh a formidable opponent. In the end, Reba made the decision to advance Josh by moving him forward. However, the moment she made her decision, the other coaches were already looking to pounce on him. First, 2 missed steals by Reba, a shaky beginning to the season. When Reba made her first 2 attempts to steal contestants, she was unsuccessful both times, which only served to heighten the tension that she was feeling. The stakes were high, and the fact that Reba did not make those steals made it abundantly clear how much she valued retaining the artists in whom she had faith. One of the members of Gwen Stefani's team, a formidable singer by the name of Eva, is responsible for her first failure, which occurred after she had a hard-fought performance. The pure talent that Eva possessed drew the attention of all of the coaches, and her performance was filled with an overwhelming amount of emotion. Reba, who was under the impression that Eva would be an excellent addition to her team, pressed her steal button. However, Eva ultimately decided to remain with Gwen, which was a source of great disappointment for Reba. Reba's second failure occurred not long after that, when she made an attempt to steal a talented pop singer from Snoop Dogg's team. Marcus, the contestant in question, possessed an extraordinary vocal range. However, his performance did not possess the emotional depth that Reba prefers to see in her performances. In spite of this, she recognized Marcus's potential, and she decided to purchase him. Unfortunately for Reba, Snoop Dogg was just as determined to keep Marcus on his team, and Marcus made the decision to continue working with the coach he had previously worked with. Reba was tormented by the fact that she had failed to make the steals. Despite the fact that she had already lost 2 potential members of the team, she had the impression that time was running out. On the other hand, what Reba did not have luck in the beginning of the episode, she would soon make up for in a dramatic and heart-pounding moment later on in the episode. Reba's third attempt at stealing was the theft that revolutionized everything. Since the knockouts were still going on, Reba's team was gradually gaining momentum, but the stakes were getting higher. The more artists she lost, the greater the likelihood she would fall further behind the other competitors. However, it was her third theft that would change the course of events for her team as well as the trajectory of the episode itself. An additional outstanding artist from Snoop Dogg's team, a soulful and powerful vocalist by the name of Alexis, was featured in the night's final performance, which truly blew everyone away. In the previous rounds, Alexis had impressed the judges with her emotional delivery and dynamic stage presence. However, she found herself in a hard-fought battle against another artist from Snoop's team. In light of the fact that she was aware that she could not afford to let another talented performer slip through her fingers, Reba made the decision to try again. Following the conclusion of Alexis's impressive performance, Reba paused for a brief moment. She had already failed to bring someone in, and this was her final chance to do so. She had already missed 2 possibilities. For the second time, she pressed the button, and it was successful. A successful theft was accomplished. The expression on Reba's face was one of both relief and excitement at the same time. Her need for redemption was fulfilled by this. All of the other coaches, including Snoop, Gwen, and Michael Bublé, watched with a mixture of admiration and shock on their faces. It appeared that Snoop, in particular, was dissatisfied with the fact that one of his most capable team members had left, but he graciously acknowledged Reba's astute approach. "I was not anticipating that," Snoop said with a grin on his face. However, that is the nature of the game. Clearly, Reba is well versed in her field. Alexis, who had been eliminated at the beginning of the competition, was overjoyed to be given the opportunity to join Reba's team. "I am deeply appreciative of this opportunity. Reba, my promise to you is that I will give you everything I have," she declared with a firm resolve. And look at the responses of Gwen, Snoop, and Michael Bublé. Despite the fact that Reba's theft was the most significant event of the episode, the reactions of the other coaches added an additional layer of drama to the evening. Gwen Stefani, who is known for being a fierce competitor, had a couple of steals earlier in the evening. However, she was impressed by Reba's ability to maintain her composure and strategically swoop in when the time was appropriate. "My obligation is to hand it over to Reba." As Gwen watched Reba's theft unfold, she could not help but comment on how well she was playing the game. There are times when it is necessary to exercise patience and to be aware of when to strike. After losing Alexis to Reba, Snoop Dogg couldn't help but laugh at the unpredictable nature of the game. He had lost someone he cared about. That country charm is what Reba possesses. As he expressed his resignation with a shake of his head, he said, "She managed to defeat me this time." In the same vein, Michael Bublé, a smooth crooner who has a keen ear for talent, was equally impressed with the way Reba handled the knockouts. "Rebecca has a lot of experience, and it shows in her work." Michael stated that she does not give in to pressure. I believe that she made the correct decision. A night of determination and redeeming oneself. After everything was said and done, the 13th episode of The Voice Season 26 offered viewers an exciting combination of surprise, strategy, and emotion. The fact that Reba McEntire was able to win a steal after having failed to do so on 2 previous occasions is evidence of her dogged determination and unwavering faith in her artists. The fact that she had stolen Alexis only served to heighten the mystery that surrounded her journey through the competition. Her team was heading in the direction of becoming a formidable force. The contestants were reminded of how quickly everything can change in The Voice by the knockout rounds, which were held during the competition. A single choice, a single performance, or a single missed opportunity has the potential to completely change the trajectory of the competition. Fans couldn't help but wonder, as the episode came to a close, who would achieve the highest level of success, and which coach strategy would ultimately prove to be successful. One thing was certain, however, and that was the fact that Reba McEntire had demonstrated that she was in it to win it. Only time would tell.